Today's job in the studio is to make up the two bodice sections of my new wedding dresses that I'm making, Dina and Taffeta. They've all been cut out of silk and they've all been backed and they've all been stitched. Pin Taffeta's front bodice together. I've got my notches on the pattern pieces which I have to match up. I am starting to pin up bodice pieces for Dina. They've all been pinned. Starting off with taffeta first is 1.5 my seam allowance. Now it's Dina's turn. When sewing your bust, it's obviously on a curve, not to stretch the fabric. Now I can start to press my bodices. So I'm pressing all the seams flat first. This is the bodice for Dina. I want these back ones to be pressed together towards the back. The front bust is going to be pressed towards the front. The centre front is going to be pressed open. So I'm going to press the bust seam so it goes to the front of the bodice. I use my fingers to kind of help me press it first before I steam it. Using the curve of the ham to get into the curve of the bust. I've now pressed both of the bodice sections. Now what I need to do is put my stay tape on to get all my pattern pieces back out. So I'm pinning them where the seam allowance is. Stay tape is a strong bit of tape which doesn't stretch, which you run along the edge of the bodice. It will stretch like that when it's sewn into the lining, and if I sew this on, then it doesn't stretch. So I get my pattern, then I'm marking tailor's chalk along my seams. Now I can start pinning this on to my bodice. So you can see here how much the fabric has actually stretched. So I need to ease that into my tape. I'm just going to do the same for taffeta. Taffeta stretches a lot more than Dina. So do it within the 1 centimetre seam allowance that I've got on my neckline. Both bodices now have been sewn, pressed and had their stay tape put on. So now they're ready to be attached to their skirts, and taffeta needs to get attached to her waistband.